And then what I know you talked about the three buckets that you guys operated in. What I know you for predominantly is designing music packages for local TV stations. We're also going to talk about the networks around the world that you create music for, but let's start locally. So you have several packages out there everywhere I go, which won a PromaxBDA Gold last year, and you also have Morning Ready and Waking Up My Day.
I'm waking up my day. Let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day to make it feel alright. I'm waking up my day. Don't you know I'm ready for whatever comes my way. I'm waking up my day.
And I'm just wondering what local campaign you've done recently. And as you're out there with local stations and the business changes, what are you finding that they're wanting and needing from their sonic brands and their, station soundtracks that are different than maybe what they've wanted in the past?
Chad, you want to chime in on this?
Sure. The image song is nothing new to the local television world. I would say maybe going back 4 to 5 years ago, we tried to make a very concerted effort to kind of rethink how to do that and make it more genuine, less salesy, less jingly. And we looked at where the areas of need are. One of the biggest areas is morning. Morning show generates live people that watching live television. You can record your 10 o'clock news, but when you're getting your day going and you want to know the news, the traffic, the weather, school closings, that kind of thing, that became the most competitive landscape in local television are those cherished morning ratings. So obviously having a compelling campaign to build that brand and attract more viewers and reinforce that brand was a big need on the local station level. Another thing we did is we've written every campaign from the viewer perspective. I think traditional advertising, especially at the local level over the years, has often been about, let me tell the viewer how great we are and why to watch us, versus these campaigns are almost a celebration from viewer perspective of why they rely on their local media source. And,
Right.
And then
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say further to that too. But part of what we do is, then once we develop a campaign, then they'll have a certain shelf life. So then we'll take the same concept or maybe the same melodic structure, and we'll take it to a new style, a new version, a hipper version, that type of thing. So it really combines the freshness with the fact that there's also still that musical equity that was established.
Right. You want to keep the brand, but evolve it forward.
Yes. In fact, I have a little story of interest that happened on the phone with a client. I'm not going to mention the client because I don't know if they would want me to, but this is a station in a market that had not been a very dominant station, and they started running our Waking Up My Day campaign. Gosh, I think we released it maybe 3 years ago, and we've done, like Stephen said, we've done 4 different songs to keep expanding the campaign. They had kind of run out of gas with it and felt like they had saturated the market with it, but then they did some research, and they looked, and back before they started running the campaign, they had 0 people that said they watched their morning show. 2 years into the campaign, they had over 30% of the people they talked to watching their particular morning show. So we're actually in the process of reviving even a new song to the campaign for them to keep it fresh. But I mean, that's a true success story.
Yeah. I feel like also the viewer first kind of point of view that you just talked about, that's relative. I mean, it's not new. It didn't happen this year or last month, but I feel like it is a relatively new stance and also that you're creating more, instead of like